Hey, I'm Dirty Dan and welcome to Greasy Boy Customs. Today we've got a little treat in the shop today, something a little different. Not your average hot rod. We've got an Italian sports car. Fiat X19. Now this is not a typical car I would have in here, but it's got a steering wheel and it's pretty cool, so I don't mind working on it at all. This little Italian car was designed by Bertone and manufactured by Fiat. After Fiat quit manufacturing them in the 80s, Bertone took over and began manufacturing them as well on their own, but only producing about a tenth of what Fiat had produced. They're neat little cars. You've got four-wheel disc brakes, mid-engine, you've got flip-up headlights, 4-speed manual transmission, and all these little neat features on it that make it a fun car. It's also only about 2,000 pounds, and with a 1290cc engine, this thing gets around just fine. Low to the ground, short wheelbase, this thing's gonna be a blast to drive around town. Now the current owners picked this up out of Colorado, originally a California car, which explains why it is in such great condition. The aftermarket parts availability is kind of hit or miss with these things, but luckily my customers have been able to source some of their own parts that they needed through various websites and groups. It's gonna be a fun little project. The only thing we're gonna be doing to it while it's here is going over the brakes. They've got absolutely no brake pedal, just straight to the floor. They're losing fluid somewhere, but there's none dripping on the ground, so we gotta find out where it's going. Hopefully nowhere really bad, and well, you know, it doesn't just disappear. So it's going somewhere. Let's go over a couple features on the car. First of all, with this being a mid-engine, you have storage up here as well as in the rear. So under the hood, where you would normally have an engine in a front engine car, you have storage. This is the top for the car. It is stored in the front. When you remove the top out of its holders and put it in place, you then have luggage storage underneath. Now, it's kind of cool, it's got a removable hard top, but there was a lot of complaints from customers that the top was awkward, kind of hard for one person to put on, and took a little bit too much time to get latched into place. Honestly, we have pretty nice weather around here. I cruise around with the top off as much as possible. The dash and the gauge setup, kind of reminiscent of an 80s American car. These things look a lot like the Fiero if you really get down to them. Obviously, it's been updated a little bit with a CD player and some door speakers over there. But overall, pretty cool. Manual windows, nice big bulky armrests, comfortable seats, buckets. We got a fire extinguisher just in case. Come around to the back. Obviously, your engine is under here. I have no idea how to get in there, and we're not going to. And your trunk storage space, and again, it's my customer's car. You don't need to know what they have in their trunk. Little tiny wheels. Look, these things are small. This is a 13-inch wheel and tire. Again, disc brakes front and rear. Neat looking thing. This thing is pretty low to the ground. And unfortunately, you know, into the 70s, you had to get these big bulky bumpers because of safety regulations. And this car was kind of purpose built to meet USA safety standards so they could increase sales over here. And again, this thing's only going to be in here for a quick brake repair. Hopefully, we'll see what we find on it. But I thought it would be nice just to show you guys and gals something different from your standard hot rod. Car collectors come in all kinds of different styles, and what they want varies from one to the other. I just like the fact that you're taking a classic vehicle, you're keeping it on the road, you're keeping the idea of the vehicle alive. And the current owners of the car are doing a really good job at that. And they have a couple other cars they're doing the same with as well. Until next time, happy hot rodding.